reinforcing its defensive solidity, I should say. Aiden Martinez making his first start, the 18-year-old academy product for St. Louis City 2. He also alters the formation, and he also makes a number of changes. It is St. Louis and Minnesota. We await the referee's signal, and we receive it. Underway here from the greater Minneapolis area. A major six-pointer just north of the playoff line in the Western Conference. Welcome you into Blaine, Minnesota. Sam Goldfarb bringing you all of the action this afternoon. Very intriguing affair. When you look at it on paper, it's a Minnesota squad that boasts the league's best defense. A St. Louis team that was rolling going forward to open the season, but has hit some late spring turbulence here in Next Pro. Well, for Minnesota, we've mentioned the tremendous start. It was 4 victories on the trot to begin the season. But then the 1-0 defeat against North Texas on May 2nd. That's the last time they've taken the pitch. So we'll see how the players adapt to maybe some ring rust that has built up over the last 16 days. Fortunate thing for Minnesota is they played in the U.S. Open Cup on the 7th and got a chance to bring in some of their second-team players into the first team for that fixture. Wessel Spiel is a name that jumps off the charts. He started and kept a clean sheet against Lou City. 0-0 between Minnesota United 2, St. Louis City 2. Second corner already for the Loons. Toward the near post. It's a decent header there. The ball has a lot of hook. It's really hard to put ferocity behind this from such an angle. Loose touch here. It's snatched away by Masanvi. Olivares does just enough to pop it wide. Chance, and Loic Masanvi was in. Very loose touch at the back. A rare error by Makita. Keep your eye on Loic Masanvi. Pair of goals to his name in league play already. This corner is claimed a lot more confidently by Olivares. Makina like a bull in a china shop. McSorley, clever for Jääskeläinen! Oh, that would have been something spectacular, but the referee points to the spot. The late challenge from Fisher doing the job, and St. Louis a chance to open the scoring from 12 yards. 18 years of age, with the world at his feet. Best 11 selection after 16 goals in the regular season last year. On his return to the side today. Joyner drills it. Underneath the diving Spiel, and it is 1-0 St. Louis against the grain. Well taken, composure as well. You get a look back at the penalty. Jääskeläinen. Here's Randall. Cuts inside, excellent link up. Randall deflected and just wide of the goal. It's a very mazy run forward. Links with Hilly, Perez's challenge, and ultimately a deflected effort. This is taken short to Ferris. Charged away comfortably as far as Kisakingi. Kolov. Jääskeläinen, numbers for St. Louis. This is Joyner, surging ahead. Still Makai Joyner, a brace for Joyner in the first half, and it's 2 for St. Louis. Welcome back to the Makai Joyner experience. A rapid counterattack and a very 2-0 lead for St. Louis City 2. Both goals scored by Makai Joyner. As Babacar Niang tries from afar and rockets it right at Olivares. Yang just maraudingly latches onto this. No one closes him down. Unfortunately, in this final quarter of an hour of the first half. Randall weaving through defenders, still loose. Hilly off the post and somehow doesn't clear the line. Hilly does so well from such a tight angle. Just scoops this up, forced wide by Sealy, and nearly ricocheted in off the far post. Well, St. Louis had been through some goal-scoring woes. It was 5 in the previous 5. They've put up a much-needed 2 spot here in the first half. Masanvi threading it through to Hilly. Flag stays down. So far, though, Mackay Joyner undaunted. This is Randall, still pressing the issue before intermission. All eyes on the 4th official in a matter of moments. Linking well with Kolov, low cross in, it's still loose, and it's over the line. An own goal, pulling a goal back for Minnesota. There is life before the break for the Loons. As the halftime whistle finally blows. Well, what an opening 45 and change that was. Right now, St. Louis in control, courtesy of Mackay Joyner's brace. There is a man being ready to enter for Minnesota United too. And it is Ruben Noor. So Noor does replace Kingy in a like-for-like swap at right back. And more injury concerns before intermission to Kingy, a premature exit for him. He's replaced by the 21-year-old Ethiopian-born right wing back in Mubanor, who made a name for himself in the 18x26 Academy nearby in Minnesota. He caught the eye of Minnesota United 2 on an open trial, and after a long preseason earned his first pro contract. Back underway, here's Masanvi, and it's directly at Olivares in the first half, carrying over into the start of the second. Quick break for Minnesota. We welcome you back in. Back underway here in Blaine. Masanvi again. Hilly. Hilly deflects to Martinez. Weaving through traffic now, and McKenna does enough to usher it clear. Minnesota's statement of intent after the restart. Putt. From afar! What a stop that is! Well, you see here, Kolov from way outside. With outswing, doesn't clear the first line. Back to Kolov. Skalainen makes himself an obstacle. Played off, putt. Noor. Noor. Deflected, Hilly chasing, lays it off to Martinez, and still Martinez! And finally, the chance is lost. And a tackle on the edge of the area will draw the referee's whistle. Sealy stuck the boot in and paid the price. A very appetizing spot for a free kick, although you do have to get this up and down. You see the link up? Putt sent tumbling. This is definitely an opportunity of intrigue. Kolov and Masanvi immediately by it. Kolov has yet to score his first pro goal, but draws regular praise from Jeremy Hall. Masanvi is always a threat to shoot here as well. Koloff to take, and it's in! Minnesota level! Excellent free kick. Leaves Olivares frozen. And Kurt Koloff's first professional goal pulls the Loons level. Bringing Minnesota level with his first professional goal. And now St. Louis pressing the issue. Low driver off the post. Still loose, trying to pick out Joyner. A sensational free kick, but the other direction. A decent effort here, kissing it off the far post. Well, Minnesota knocked on the door, and finally, first goal of this comeback. Putt. Noor. Back for putt. Lashed at it, but floated it over. It's most of them going the Loons' way. Troy Putt charging ahead. He gets it back. It's a crafty turn by the 18-year-old, and they continue to push. Putt. In and out. Cutting it back across. Hilly lays it off, and somehow Minnesota unable to grab a third. CITY floating it high. How about this? Troy Putt weaving a web of lies. And then Hilly just lays this off to the substitute CITY, who is another flick. Hilly. Flag stays down. Hilly. Olivares forcing him wide and making the stop. CITY's intervention does the job for now. Antwi. Kazane. Orozco. Into Seth Antwi again. Switching the play. Joyner goes down. Unable to pick out Perez. And St. Louis forced to settle for just their second corner of the afternoon. Finally, if you're David Critchley, a spell of control, but also an opportunity to provide your defense much needed respite from never-ending Minnesota press. Changes have only reinforced that. Joyner within swing. Only as far as Tyson Pierce. This is Cornelius again. Approaching the final 5 minutes here from Minnesota. Pierce to the byline, cuts it across. It falls for Perez, and Minnesota's back it down. A 3-2 lead for St. Louis. Unbelievable interplay. And St. Louis in line for a very unlikely winner. The touch from Kazane. The question is, does Minnesota have one final kick? They were in line for a penalty shootout. They looked the more likely of the two sides to win it, but Miguel Perez, as of now, has made the difference. Difficult to even more so. They'll have to do it down a man and down a goal. See Hilly and just not identify that pathway. There is the full-time whistle. St. Louis overcoming the adversity in the second half and finding a winner.